Welcome back to more reviews of Gridman and JoJo. As usual, this is episode 9 for these two series. So starting off with Gridman, Dream, that's the name of the episode. In this episode, it's kind of an interesting twist. It starts off with, seems to be a reset. Yuta now has amnesia again. But instead of waking up to Enrique's place, well, kind of is technically Enrique's place, but he's greeted by Akane instead, who reveals that they used to date and that for some reason now Rika's mum is her mum. And Rika is now, almost super best friends with Akane, and Utsumi and Akane share their love and interest of ultras and kaiju. So almost a perfect reality, not really for the characters, for those three characters, but for Akane. So, while you know that I've had a problem with this episode being slow, the slowness in this episode actually kind of helped it, because it sets up that whole mystery of did Akane actually legitimately reset the world? What's going on? What's happening? So it worked. The slowness worked. It was used effectively in this episode, is what I would say. And it wasn't a bad episode. It was okay. I did like that whole mystery aspect to it in the first half of the episode. You get a little bit more from Auntie as well. He seems to be developing more. He's going past just the whole I just want to kill Gridman stick that he's been having. So it's a slow process, but Gridman has so far been getting slightly better. And JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Win, episode 9, they've finally reached their goal. They're in Capri. They've received the money, but they are met by Mr. Pericolo, who receives a percentage of the money. I think he receives half of it, and Bucciarati takes over Polpo's job as one of the capos. So he's now effectively in charge of their kind of division, their area. But with the new responsibilities, he has to take over Popo's unfinished business. One of them being the group now has to guard Trisha Una, a character that is introduced in this episode, but we've seen in the opening for this series the pink-haired girl. That's Trisha. She's introduced, and she is the Passion boss's daughter, and she's being hunted down because rogue members believe she might know the secret identity and more of the boss. And Bucciarati and his group are left to guard her, and she's a bit troublesome. She's a bit bratty, very demanding of them. So this leads to giving Narancia the job of gathering all this stuff for her, and he meets Formaggio, one of these members that are seem to be hunting for Trisha, and we're introduced to both of their stands. Narancia's stand, Aerosmith, or the localization name Lil Bomber, and Formaggio's stand, Little Feet, or Tiny Feet in localization. So Aerosmith takes the shape of a plane, pretty much just acts as so far in this episode, acts as just a miniature aerial fighter, while Little Feet has the ability to decrease the size of a person or an object. So this is leading up to the Narancia themed episode, which I remember correctly, like all this first part before it goes into the main huge plot is giving every member their own separate parts before, like I said, going into the main plot. So definitely another good episode as usual. That's it for these reviews. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.
Fight the